Thank you, Johanne Defay, for your version of the GoPro Breakdown at a venue that gave her a lot of success last season, taking her first championship tour win here in Southern California. Johanne taking on Keely Andrew in round 2, heat number 5.
This matchup on paper, you definitely say advantage to Johanne Defay, but Keely, I think, is very well and capable out here in these types of conditions.
Defay starts with the first wave, couple of speed floats, but falls on the finish. So wanted to control the start of the heat. Andrew now will have priority with 25 minutes to go.
But to kind of finish up what I was talking about is that, we talked about Keely. First, we'll dissect this. What happened here is she carries a ton of speed in that next move, but had to late climb that kind of cascading lip and wasn't able to control it.
Drastically different.
Yeah, they are, but I mean, I think it's more the read on the ocean.
Backside hack ends up incomplete, so waiting with priority to start and ends up with a big fall, Pete.
The ocean kind of reacts similar in the beach breaks. You got rips and you got to look for good water.
Defay now looking to get a big first turn on this left, still running. She hammers it, a lot of power and control for the current world number 4. She kicks out and strengthens her lead over Keely Andrew with 22 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock.
Life's good.
Well, the numbers are still tight up there, so it's not out of reach, and good luck on the rest of the event.
I think she's kind of sharing the experiences with everyone around her, which is great.
Backside hack off the top for Defay, who just got a 617 late hit by the pier, and she ends up going down.
Daughter sitting on the sand as we watch the replay here. Another error on the finish move. Really trying to push this final move. That's actually the 6.17 from earlier, but the 4.10 she just received, she ended up going down right next to the pier. To those lips, she was not worried about hitting the reef at all, and of course another big win for her. Was amazing. Like I said, she's carrying that momentum right here as defending champion.
Coming back into live action, Keely Andrew fighting for a 6.37. Defay's on the next one. Just a look, and she'll hold priority out the back. Just new ones like the Swatch Women's Pro coming up next at lower trestles. Continuing on with this one is Defay. Hacks it off the lip, and she'll get out. So Defay now 2 wins to her name, coming off a win at Fiji, won this event last season.
And, I would say, yeah, it's a little early for that, Joe. So you watch the replay here from Johanne Defay, just the quick one turn there, and then right behind Keely Andrew. This wave flattens out for that first turn and attacks this next turn, which I like that.
Just recent trip, I got a chance to finally ask. Johanne Defay wanted Bianca in a heat. They want to battle against each other.
I like that.
And so it gives them a lot of fire. This is Keely Andrew attacking the inside corner. So she's had back-to-back 3.9s, needing a 6.37. How'd she do there, Pete?
I think she's got, that's the type of surfing we need to see from her. A combination of major moves. There was an electricity there for that first turn, some zap, some pizzazz, some speed. And she was able to back it up with another solid turn. That's going to be her best wave.
Defay will roll in. She's got some speed, but nowhere to put it, so she steps off. 14:50 remaining on the clock. Big heat for Keely Andrew just to get out of the second round as we take a look at her last wave.
And look at this, is that attack of the first maneuver there. She was connected with the lip, and then second turn even better. So I think the judges are going to like that, especially that steep part of the wave was there for her on that first section.
We're past the halfway mark in the championship tour, and this is when we start to think about maybe some of the qualifying series events. We have a big one coming up in Spain, and at the end of the year in Sydney, Australia. Are you planning on going to those?
Oh, definitely. I'm looking forward to Spain. I won it there last year, so I've got some good memories, and I'm hoping to really do well in Spain and Sydney, and then the back half of the CTs, just really try and break through and start performing.
Relationship with Huntington Beach is just still growing and getting better and better. Defay already taken a title out here last season. Andrew attacking the oncoming section will end up going down, but her wave before was the 8.0. That's a single high wave score of this matchup. Johanne Defay under the pier got a 6.3 to regain her lead. Those throwaway results, something that Gilmore never experienced back in the day.
Yeah, and it's, you get to have that ability to have those events that you falter. So gives you a little bit of breathing room slightly, but I think consistency is always part of it. You got to keep, when you get those 13ths or even 9ths.
Now watching Defay look to improve on a 6.17. Beautiful forehand cutback into the pocket. Set up work through the inside corner, building some speed up. End section to attack and hacks it. Great form and rhythm for Defay, and staying very active. That's her 10th wave ridden so far. We'll see if that can fit into her top 2 score line now at the 7-minute mark. What do you like about this wave, Pete?
Well, it had that nice tapered wall. She was able to get a nice round carve. We have yet to see that. This wave slowed up here through that midsection, but she was able to chase down a final move. So looking at her score line, will it change? Probably not. There needs to be a little higher impact. Those big round carves on the outside need to be done on a bigger wave and have to be followed up by another strong maneuver to really start to score pretty high.
Here comes Keely heading for the pier. A quick whip on the end section, tweaked it out a little bit to try to get more points from the panel. 6:25 to go, and Keely trying to better a 3.90. Waiting for scores from Defay. Doesn't look like she's going to improve on her total, so we'll see if this is enough for Andrew.
Well, she only needs a 4.47, and I would say that final maneuver is probably worth at least that. So I think that the lead will change here. I think Keely Andrew, with that strong performance on that 8-point ride, now finally being able to back it up with a nice strong maneuver where she was able to finish the wave, a complete wave. I would say that that's enough. She was able to get that first turn too, so you can add 2 turns on the outside. Yeah, looking good for Keely at this point.
A solid battle underway. Keely trying to make a huge upset unfold here in the second round, but Defay looks interested in this right-hander to answer back. Nice power hook, but she falls on the second move. Defay just good for 1 maneuver, and now scores drifting in for Keely Andrew. Only needed a 4.47, tweaked out the finish, gets a 6.57 and the lead before the 5-minute warning.
And now puts Johanne in a really tough situation, now needing an 8.27, needing the highest single wave in this heat. It's alleviated probably some of that pressure at the midway point because she's put herself in having the win at Copa El Salvador. So nice work for Keely. I think that she's starting to mature here on the tour.
Checking out the heat recap in round 2. Heat number 5, Keely Andrew wanted to put pressure on world number 4, Johanne Defay, after a huge win at the Fiji Pro. Defay looked comfortable. Got a couple of solid scores, 6.17, 6.3, showing her power into the pilings. But then Keely started warming up, an 8-point ride, and then a 6.57 to take the lead.
And this was the 6.57 right here. You talked about tweaking out that final move. That's showing commitment when you lay into those final moves and put a bit of risk into it. That's what she did, pulled it off, gets herself a 6.57.
You look at the green numbers. Those are the keepers, scored in their top 2. And meanwhile, Keely Andrew staying very active, Pete.
I like it again. Now she's relaxed a little bit. She's got the lead. You can see tension is not there, but another solid wave here for Johanne.
Johanne Defay, big float, ran out of room. So just a 1-maneuver section again for the defending U.S. Open champion.
Up there in that qualifying series rankings.
Speaking of pressure, under pressure to perform is Johanne Defay. Keely wisely takes this wave with priority. Not much on offer, but holds off Johanne Defay. Seconds to go, and we just seen the biggest upset of the contest. Keely Andrew takes out the defending Vans U.S. Open champion and current world number 4. After Johanne came into this contest with a ton of momentum after taking out the Fiji Pro at solid cloud break. Now she'll leave the U.S. Open with an equal 13th. And on the other side, the underdog Keely Andrew moving on into round 3.